Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so I'm going to get some tarot. So what's about to happen for Capricorn? We have the Lovers. What else is about to happen? Oh, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Three of Swords. What else do we have with this Three of Swords? What else do we have with this Three of Swords? So I feel that there's a relationship that may come to an end. There may be a breakup. It's going to be very emotional, but I feel like it's something that you can learn and you can grow from, and I feel that it brings in a new opportunity, or you've recently gone through this. Even though this looks rather daunting here with the Tower and the Three of Swords, because we started off really good here with the Lovers and the Ace of Cups, that the Three of Swords here, that turned into the Tower, but with the Empress and the Four of Cups, it's looking at the opportunity, right? The opportunity that this Tower moment has brought you. I feel that, you know, it's a lot of emotions, it's a lot of feelings. Definitely when this Tower moment and this Three of Swords moment happens, it can be very, very unsettling. We have the Nine of Pentacles and we have the High Priestess. I almost feel like it's something that you knew that it was for the best. That you kind of knew that it was coming in. That you knew that it was something that was going to happen. When I'm looking at this Lovers card here, I feel that my eye is being drawn to this cloud, to this cloudiness that is between the two lovers. All right. I feel that you know in your heart that this is for the best and that there's better things to come for you. I feel that there was a lot of tension within this relationship. Let's look at this Ace of Cups. What else about this Ace of Cups? I'm kind of looking at the, I thought this was wind or clouds, but it's really like the sleeve of the person, but I feel like it's wind or clouds. We have the Knight of Cups and we have the Nine of Cups. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like it's sometimes, this doesn't necessarily have to mean a breakup. This also could represent a shakeup. It could represent that something has happened between the two of you, or there's something that you need to talk about, or there's something that you need to work on. But I almost feel like it's something that needed to be brought to the light in order for the two of you to work on it, for the two of you to get this relationship back on track. Just like this reading, life and relationships take twists and turns. This doesn't necessarily have to be a partnership. This could be a friendship or a family member, but this also could be that relationship that you have with yourself. That maybe there's some Three of Swords or a Tower moment that you need to work on. That with the Lovers and the Ace of Cups, that sounded good. And then we had a Three of Swords thrown in there. And then we had a Tower thrown in there. So it's like, oh gosh, where is this going? Then we had the Queen of Cups. So this is getting emotional. This is getting crazy. But then all of a sudden it turned around to the Empress and the Four of Cups. But this cloud, right, is whatever this represents, is reaching to this person and showing this person an opportunity. And then we had these beautiful cards here, which is the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, which is that progression in life. And in between that, it's the High Priestess, and realizing that that's what life is about. That is that progression. It's those ups and downs and those twists and turns, right? And then when I asked about this up here, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like it's just the changes that happen in life, that we have those ups and downs, that we have those times where we feel like the Three of Swords and the Tower and the Queen of Cups, but then we also can have those times where we feel like the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel that it's something that you knew that had to happen, or it's something that you knew that had to happen in order to reach this Nine of Cups, right? The Emperor. I feel that the Emperor is coming out a lot for Capricorn, but I feel like it's you becoming into your own power of your Nine of Cups. That even though you're going through this Three of Swords and you're going through this Tower and you're going through these emotions and feelings, but I feel like it's making you stronger. I feel like it's making you feel that you're releasing what you need to release, but you're working on what you need to work on. I feel that it's a relationship that has this turmoil, but I feel it, that it needed to happen in order to work through it. Because we had this, which turned into the Tower, which turned into the Nine of Cups. It's working through those things, right? And the Emperor gaining that power. Because I feel like here with this Knight of Cups is that person who's reaching out and trying to work on something. And I feel like that's kind of you. And this doesn't necessarily, this could represent, like I said before, a breakup. It could represent that needing your time apart. But it also could represent that sometimes, you just never know. We have those disagreements with our partners, or things happen and it's like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of a relationship, but there may be a bump in the road. To be honest, when I started to see that, I was like, oh, should I even publish this, right? Should I even post this? Which I'm still not sure if I'm going to or not. But I almost feel like I don't feel like there's any more cards that want to come out. But I feel like it represents life. You're going along great, you're having a good time, then this happens, right? And so you're going through these struggles, but it's a learning lesson. It's how do you handle the more difficult times in this relationship? How do you see those? How do you work through those? Do you let them overcome you? Do you let them overtake you? Do you let them take control, or do you take control of a situation? If you break up with a person, say it's a friend, say you're no longer talking with that friend anymore, or it's a family member and you're no longer talking to that family member because you're like, hey, I need some time to myself to try and sort through my emotions, to sort through my feelings, to figure out what do I want to do from here? Where do I want to go with this relationship? How do I see it? Kind of looking within and saying, hey, I kind of knew something was going to happen, but I'm almost glad that it did, because now I have this 9 and 10 of Pentacles where I feel like I can work through something that's been on my mind. And then you reach out and you communicate with that person, and you have that 9 of Cups where you're like, either you want to move on, you want to move away, or you want to work on it. But you're in power, you're in control of the situation. I feel like almost here you weren't, right? But here I do feel like you are, especially with this Emperor. And it just goes to show, like I said before, life's ups and downs. That we can have those moments where anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. Or we feel that this needs to happen so we can have this conversation, and does this bring in that opportunity for you to have that conversation, to sort through your feelings with that person. All right, so I feel like, let's just get these cards. I'm looking at this High Priestess. Standing up for yourself, right? Standing up for yourself, that you kind of knew that I feel like you knew that this was going to happen, this Three of Swords and this Tower. And you knew that it was a moment that had to happen in order to work on something and move past something, right? To let go of something, this Three of Cups. I feel like you know that it has to happen, or you knew that it had to happen. And that's what I feel is about life, in that there are instances where maybe in the past you used to run away from it, but now you're ready to face it because you're in the energy of the Emperor. All right, so let's close out with a like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to post this or not, but in a way I feel like, is there somebody out there that needs to hear this message? That even though there's the ups and downs, but it's the working through it, and it's learning and growing and seeing that where one door may close, another door opens, and that it's something for you to turn into this 9 and 10 of Pentacles, and this 9 of Cups, and this 8. So we have 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles, which I feel represents progress. Oh my gosh. That's the exact word that I was thinking before I flipped this card over. I did not see that word before. It was forming in my head as I was turning the card over. And that you see that this is progress, right? That you see that this is progress, even though it's ups and downs and turns around. But you see that this is something that had to happen, or you feel that this is something that had to happen. And it's okay, and that you'll work through it, right? That you'll get past it. That you'll move on from it, but you'll be stronger for this situation. And that's how you have to see it. And I feel like it may just be that message for that one person that says, wow, this is really tough what I'm going through, but I'm going to believe that this is going to make me stronger, and I will get through this, and I will get into that 9 of Cups and that Emperor energy, and that where one door closes, another door opens. And to hang in there and see the opportunities that come, and to not get caught up in the emotions, and see this as a learning lesson. And how can I approach things differently in the future so that this doesn't happen? Or that communicating through things maybe ahead of time before it gets to this point, right? That learning that lesson, that if there's something that's bothering me, that I communicate about it first, or I work through it first before it gets to this point. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.